I say, Brenton said you've got a torque wrench. I just go by the feel, but I've never really used one, but you can if you want.
Michael has a habit of making it Mike Young tight. Tighten it till it breaks and back off half a
No, that's
turn.
Ricky Semmelman. Big rip. He broke every bolt on his... Yeah, they're yours. Yeah. That's it. That's all you get. That's it? That's it, yeah. A lot of money. 50 cents. That's it.
Is it a 5 weight or is that a 7 weight?
No, he's a
15.
big coil, aren't they? They're unbelievable.
Oh, that was his 10.
But that's the dark guts.
That's progressive, isn't it?
No, that's yours. 15.
That was his 15, this one's his 10.
Yeah.
So what's the...
Yours? No, that's mine. I've already used that. There's nothing in there. That's from my job. Yours is 10 weight. 10. And then it says on here, 10 weight. So yours is 10 weight. 4 mils. Yeah. So what you need to do is look up. I just look up Fork Oil.
I reckon they're 4.7.
Yeah. All Swedish, but this is what it comes from, Warren. See the box, whatever it says, Hyper Pro, frickin' Touratech.
Yeah.
Same factory, same springs, different box, exactly the same as what they say about baked beans. But I don't believe that because Black and Dog is shit.
Alright, so do the preload first?
No, just undo the big bolt.
You sure?
Yeah, don't touch anything, no.
Alright, have we got a container or something we can catch your oil in?
It won't sort of flow.
It won't? Okay, just at the end.
As soon as I don't undo it, I just crack it and then take it out of the bike.
Alright, alright. I just wanted to be prepared. What's that, about an 18, is it?
Oh,
24.
So lucky, don't we?
No, I've got more than that.
Have you?
I've got a full set.
I knew that.
Yeah, I don't fuck around.
You got them hidden on me.
Oh yeah. How's that?
That'll work. Just push it as you undo it, that's all. They usually crack pretty easy.
Yeah.
Sometimes it depends if anyone's touched them, but in Brenton's case, I'd say not.
Well, some of the bolts holding the triple clamps and stuff on were tight as, and others were almost finger tight.
Mine were really loose.
So you want me to...
Yeah, you'll be right.
So, and then push...
Yep, you're right.
Push in.
That's it, and then just twitch. That's it, you got it.
That's it, this one is there? Stop there?
Oh, just keep going. Do a couple of turns.
Okay.
That way you
I was worried about the oil.
No, wait, it's got an O-ring in it. It's got a big O-ring in it.
But what about the preload? The springs are going to...
No.
How much threads on that?
Oh, heaps.
It's a heap of thread.
Yeah,
Or something we
about
catch.
30 mil or something. Yeah,
There should be an O-ring on the bottom there, isn't there?
yeah,
as well.
There
You
is,
should.
there is.
You tell me when to stop.
Yeah, no, you're right. With it being out of the bike, there it is. There, okay. Right, so now we can do the other one.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, hang on. No, I've got it.
You got it?
It's come.
Oh, yeah. You need to undo that preload, Mike.
I didn't realise that Brenton had it to the.
Yeah, we've got it maxed out.
Yeah, that is maxed out.
Yeah.
So if you want to do that one and just take a thing off, the preload is undone. Yes.
Yes, I'm doing
And
it.
then just loosen it and then undo
Yep.
this by hand.
Okay.
And then it won't pop out, won't hit you in the face.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool.
And exactly the same as mine.
Yep. So here we are undoing the preload, which we could have done first. I guess the point where it just
Stops.
like that. Right, yeah. But there again, I'm not going to get the.
Yeah.
I've already got it cracked anyway,
Right.
but with an open end. So maybe it's going to have to be something where we do first is we crack the top of that.
Yeah.
I do have longer sockets, but
But you did crack it anyway. So
I have cracked it. Yeah,
Yeah.
being a 24.
continue through, and then it should undo by hand.
What do you mean?
So continue on. No. Yeah, that's maxed out.
Yeah,
Right. Now undo that one.
that's what I'm saying. I can't because there's not enough depth in the socket. I can't reach it now.
Oh, so what size spanner do we need? 24.
24. If there's something there, or I'll just wind this back in a bit.
I reckon I can make a 24 out of this one.
I can just crack it with this. I wasn't sure how far to go.
Yeah.
What do you say? To your
So you
seat?
see the...
To the O-ring? Is that
Yeah.
what we're doing?
Yeah.
Another one there, but
My eyesight's so bad, Rob. Can you see anything there?
Not yet.
I'm assuming it's a black.
Yeah, it should be.
black.
This is what's called
Yeah, it's just, yeah, I can see it.
So they stop there?
Yeah, stop
boys
there.
from the
Alright,
bush.
now do the preload.
Boys from the bush spring chain. And then what we need to do is actually pour this into a... Oh, we already know what it is. That doesn't matter. We already know what we...
That takes all the preload off the spring,
Yeah.
and it won't go poing.
Yeah, so when we actually remove this, we're not going to have that.
Yeah.
I guess in some sense it's similar to doing a car suspension.
Yeah,
You know, when
pressing the string.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, turn the whole
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Alright, so now we just take it out.
Okay.
I'm excited about the end result.
Yeah, I got the fork.
Yep. I've got the timbers. Alright.
What I'm going to do is set this one up, and then you can take with that one.
Oh, hello.
You can use that
You've
one
jumped
as
ahead of
the.
me.
No. You're going to use that one as the video one, because we just got to get. We'll get this one out. Then you can video that one being done.
Oh,
So
okay.
Don't do them two. We'll just get this one to make sure everything's sweet, and you understand. When you see how easy this is, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And this is how I did it yesterday because I was frustrated.
No,
And this is now got to go in your vice. This is how I do everything.
the bush mechanic.
If you saw my shed, this Brenton shed is unbelievable.
So
I'm under 2 inches of water. I
know
need.
what you mean.
Yep, I need to use.
Go down
That's
lower
it. I need to use. Put that like that because I need to use that part to put my thing around. So what we can do, we can go around there with it. So let's just, as long as it's nice and straight, we can do that there, I guess. I just did mine up like that. Exactly, I can't believe that they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And I thought the fork tubes are really
Can't keep
small.
going or what?
Yeah, till it's nice and firm. It won't hurt you.
It's nice and tight.
Yeah, that's it. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. So then, as easy as this looks, and it's not, just what we'll do is we'll show the finished product, alright?
It's got one of those.
Yeah, ratchet straps.
They don't work for
Michael
me.
loves ratchet straps.
Right, this stays here like that. So you just hold that like that for me. That goes around there, so it doesn't fall down. That's all these.
The clamps are there for.
Yeah,
Is just to act as that anchor point.
yeah. And how simple.
And
is
so what
that?
you're saying is that bolt that goes into those holes gives you that same thing you can do by hand.
Yeah, because you got to drop that. From what I've seen of it,
Yeah.
that sort of
Goes
white
down about
sleeve,
70 mil.
You've
It's
got to,
crap.
and then you've got to get into it to undo a bolt.
Correct.
Or a nut,
19
nut.
mil.
Yeah.
14 mil bolt. So
And once you get past that, then it comes apart.
it's a piece of piss. So if you can just do that up there, pull that nice and tight.
Yeah, but don't you want to pull that back through that hole because this is...
No, that's fine there.
You know, but the ratchet's
Oh,
not
you
working.
can do that. I always pull it out there, but that's okay. You do it like that. Get it tighter. That's it. That's it. Beautiful. Now, hang on. I just want to go a little bit more with this. It's just pain in the bottom. And it exposes that. I just
Yep.
need to get that around. Can you?
loosen-
Come on, baby.
loosen
That's
up a
it.
bit,
That's it.
or
I got it. Right.
ratchet it.
Yep. Go then. Just gently. Just gently. Okay. Now, that's it. Is that a 14? Cool.
14.
Alright. Yeah, that's mine. I prefer mine only because I prefer it.
Yeah.
So where's the?
And all you do, alright, seriously, just hold that. Can you just hold that? Is that camera getting me?
Yeah, that's getting it.
Yep. Now, I want you. Now, man, why isn't that exposed?
Want to go down more?
But it can't. It can't. You're ready. Oh, you should. Yeah, go on, go on. Do it up a bit more. That's it. Now pull this up. A bit more. Whoa. Okay. You're holding him. This exposes the 14 mil.
Oh, there, yeah, yep.
Yeah. That's it. Okay. Now you got it?
Yep.
Just come back towards me, isn't it? Other way, other way. Hold him. That's it. Leave that there. Take that off. And then-
Oh, so it's only just a lock nut.
That's it. That's all you have to do.
So it's just a lock nut to hold the head in.
Yeah,
Right,
correct. But
okay.
don't just leave that where it is.
Oh yeah.
And then it drops down and it really pisses you off because then you got to get it back up. Right? Okay,
This out
stays
now.
like that. And then undo it.
Under this.
Yeah, undo your clip strap.
Oh, here.
Yeah, there should be one in there. There it is. Okay, that's it. Job done.
What are you guys even doing?
Changing some springs.
Okay, right. Okay,
Now that's dropping.
and that's it. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
Do you want to tip that into that? Do you want
We
to tip
will.
up into that? Sorry.
And now,
Tip that
that
out.
Do you need to grab that?
No, it just goes to there. Fine.
Check that into here.
So that's it. So that's what took me nearly 2.5 hours yesterday because I did it because I couldn't.
Just dip this in here.
Yeah, because I couldn't find that.
So the valving that's in there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that valving is at the bottom where I said you couldn't get to it.
Oh, it's in
You
the
have
bottom
to
of the
undo.
front
Yeah, you have to undo an Allen key, which is at the bottom.
Oh, forget
And then,
that.
nah, man, there
I
is.
don't want to. Yeah.
And
So you're saying the valving is all inside there?
yeah, it's that big. And
So
then
that's just the body.
It's
for
purely the
spring.
tube.
Just for the springs.
yeah.
Right. Because
Yeah.
I thought there was valving in the bottom half of
No.
that.
Yeah, but you've got to take the bottom tube out, and to get to that, there's an Allen key in there that you've got to put a long extension, which I made up, by the way, tool number 102. The other one.
So just let this drain or...
Yeah. Just let it go. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. You
It
know
actually
what?
looks pretty good, to be
But
quite
it
honest.
probably is, because if it hasn't got any dust in it. But the thing is, it just wears out. And after 8 years, it just wears out.
Yeah, with heat, with temperature.
Well, you've just seen, it's not necessarily the fact that the spring's wrong, it's the fact that the springs, if you match that up against those new springs,
Yep.
you will be amazed on how much it's sagged. And that's not a bad little picture to take too.
Yeah, yeah.
Here is the old spring,
Yeah.
8 years old,
Yeah.
and here is my new ones I'm putting in, supplied by
Are
Warren.
they supposed to be the same spring diameter as well?
Do you know what? I couldn't tell you. I
No,
don't
these
really
ones. He
know.
said, Tony, didn't he say that I was going for the heavier ones?
Yeah, you no,
And they're also linear as well,
Yeah.
not progressive.
Well, he gave Brenton the choice, and I said, nah, progressive will be better for him.
Yep.
Because linear in this springs really are for what you're doing on track days and shit. They just give you
For the road,
feel.
they're going to be,
perfect. Yeah, absolutely perfect. And there you go. So they've already shrunk.
Shrunk by
but that does just
8 mil.
but that doesn't mean anything because look at the coil distances.
Yeah.
Everything's different.
Yeah.
And then you only start noticing it once, like Brenton's already.
Believe it or not,
It's
this spring
great.
coil is actually thicker than that one, by about 0.3 of a mil.
But yeah, but then as you said, just a different grade.
It's the
Yeah,
grade
different grades,
yeah.
yeah.
So what they
Is
try
that
to
drained
do
enough, Tony?
is they
Just keep going.
just pump it. Just draw it. Pump the tube. Sorry, pump the outer tube. Hold that and just pump the outer tube down and then up. And yeah, that looks pretty good to me. If there's nothing coming out, look, like I said, it's all good.
What the hell is that?
That's your rebound damping.
Tube.
Yeah,
Is it all that goes through that?
that's correct. It works its way through. Actually, you know what we'll do? What we'll do is we'll do 500 mils, right? We'll do 500 mils in the bike because we know it's 545. We won't put any of the guts in it until we measure the distance, what's left, and see if it does work out to 120 mil air gap, like he said. Because Warren's pretty particular about that. When he says 120 mil, he says 120 mil. Fine,
So then,
Brendan.
if we were to do the dust seal,
Yes.
you'd have to undo the valving.
No, just
I'm not
don't
sure.
need
I mean a fork seal.
the fork. That's easy. That's even easier. Just
They just slides off.
Just-
don't
yeah.
they?
Fork,
Yeah,
call
you
it a
don't-
fork seal.
yeah.
Don't call it a dust seal, call it a fork seal. That
well,
way
that's a
everybody's
dust
on the
seal.
same
No,
page.
he's right. That's a dust seal. Yeah, that's
Right.
the dust seal. The fork seal's behind it.
Yeah.
That stops all the shit from going in.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, you can
Right.
flick that out with a screwdriver. But again, to do that, you've got to take that out. Then underneath that is a big O-ring,
So
and
you
you'll
have
need,
to
and then you've got to
pull
get
all
that
the
out.
valving out of the base
No,
of it.
no.
So you can actually just slide that top.
Correct.
Oh, so
Correct.
that'll come off right
Straight
now.
down.
That'll
Pardon?
come off right now, will it?
Yes. If
Oh,
you
okay.
take that dust cover off, you'll see that there's an internal, circlip. Fuck's sake.
Circlip, okay.
You've got to take the circlip out with a circlip remover. You know, the ones
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
squeeze and
yeah,
they
I
come
know.
in.
Yeah, yeah.
And and then once that pops out, the fork tube just goes click, click, and comes straight off. And then you'll go, is that all that's holding it? That's it, that little freaking circlip. And then you can do your dust cover, put your new one on, and slide it back on. But you've still got to take it off anyway. So, but the thing is, you still got to do what you're doing. But you don't have to undo all this shit. Leave it as is, because that will all slide past. Because that'll slide, the tube will go past all that, so you don't have to remove the spring or what we're doing. That can stay on.
Oh, really?
Because you're only removing the dust cover. Yeah, no, you
So
don't.
what? Oh, so once you've pulled it off, basically you just
That
flick-
all
flick-
slides past it.
Just flick that off,
Flick that
off.
pop it down.
That's it.
Get in there with a circlip,
Yep.
and then you grab the top piece.
And
pull
just
on.
pop it off. Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's it. Yeah, and you'll just see a little brass, internally there's a little brass sleeve,
Sometimes you can slide that slides out and then just put that back. Yeah, that's fine. That's it. And
So
wipe
now
it all
you've got
down. Yep.
the new
Drop
spring
your-
back in, or you fill up
No,
the oil
put it
first?
all in first and then we'll measure it, then you drop your spring in. But I'm interested to see if his 120mm works. That's beautiful. Oh, I'm glad you got that. You got everything. That's perfect.
That's got a 500.
I want you to fill it to 500.
You know,
And this is going to be interesting.
with that 10 weight,
Really light.
with that,
Hey?
Try to see that through the camera.
Oh,
Right,
it's pretty
pretty
good. A torch to.
Highlight it.
Yeah, you
torch
need that
there.
little torch.
there's a torch there, there's light there.
All right, son.
I got a torch inside. That's not very bright.
Don't know whether this is going to work or not. Hopefully it might.
All right, that one's already open, by the way, because I thought it was a bit...
I mean, I can sort of see.
Right, seeing that?
It's very clean. Very shiny.
I got pissed off.
Does it look like a new one?
It looks like a new one.
bought one?
It looks like a new one. I bought one.
Well, you would...
Although they have changed because they do different spring rates. Well,
Correct.
rebound in one and put it on the
500.
Well done. All right, now you pour that into there and just hold it nice and straight. Then what we'll do, because Brenton's got everything in his shed. Chris,
I'll just move it across the camera.
I bet Chris wished his shed was as good as yours.
Is that too high for you? Or is that
No, that's good.
Pour it in. That's it. And then we'll let it settle. Let it settle. It's okay. You didn't lose much. I would have said it's pretty fast. Yeah. I'm not. We are bush mechanics in this industry. It's all good. Do you know what? It doesn't matter.
We've got that on tape. So
Yeah,
we know-
that's it.
Don't
Brenton's,
do that.
that was Brenton's fault.
Yeah. Ooh, where's a knife? Well, I'm not saying nothing. All greased up, nowhere to go. Yeah,
So that oil is now going
down into
down
the,
into
correct.
the bottom of that.
which will
That's
you
why
can
I
tickle
put it
in a sec. Just once you
Oh,
do
just
it.
okay. So get some movement out of it.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah.
go. It'll go into the valve.
Your hand better than
back
mine.
out.
Yeah, I've just got it.
Just gently. That's better. Should take a few minutes to fill it up.
I can pour faster, mate.
Nearly
It's nothing
4
more.
hours, and we've got this one done in like half an hour.
Well, slow down.
So, and imagine if you had the jig.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Just this tool to get the spring off. It's done in 5 minutes. So they're charging
If you can-
$400 for an hour's
If you
work.
can show me what you're going to make up,
I'll make it. I'll give it to Brenton.
what I'm going to
Oh,
what I'm
no,
going to
no,
say
yeah.
is that
Listen to this.
I've got a mill and a lathe
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff.
So he'll give you one back.
So I
Yeah.
can give you a machined one back again. If you give me some sort of
Yes.
prototype,
Yep.
I can make some up and I can give them back to you.
Wind to 45 on
Sorry,
the
Tony.
end and do
Excuse
it
me.
up. That's
So
it.
you just want to move this up and down
Just gently.
just
yeah,
so
just to prime it. It will prime it.
Mm.
It should do.
The oil's currently sitting about there. That's where it's sitting.
Good. Well, what we're going to do now
So
is
it's
I'm
all-
going to get a piece of cardboard for you, and you're going to just hold it there for a few seconds. I reckon that's beautiful.
What do you want?
So that's about as far as it comes up.
That's correct.
Yeah. So that's
It's
that.
only got 100 mil in the
Circle it.
front or something.
So what do you want, Dave?
That's it. That's where it's at. I would like. Have you got a thin piece of cardboard, something about 20 mil wide by about 100 mil or something we can cut with a pair of scissors? Anything. And
this is gonna
that
be-
is perfect. And
so
a tape
that's-
measure.
And that's the airspace, isn't it? That we're looking for.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's what they're all critical about.
Yeah.
It's called airspace, not the amount of oil. And the airspace is from the top of the
of where the oil's sitting.
to the top of the fork tube, fully compressed.
So the 120 mil with the airspace is every
every
manufactured
bike
item
is different.
is going to be different.
The 1400 was 135.
Right.
So for airspace on that one was
135. So basically it drops down to the inner tube, just to there.
Yep.
And I bring it up. Now that says it's there. See that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where the oil is.
So at the moment there's only about 80 mil, 70 mil, 75 mil.
Well, I'm sorry, but you said it was 580. See, that's why I question that.
What it said in the book.
545. I know.
So it's too much oil.
See, I can't ring Warren.
Walter.
Walter. I call him Warren.
It's 500.
It's
isn't it?
500.
That's 1 point. No, it's only
500.
4.
It's
Oh, yeah, it's
just-
four. Yeah, it's
500.
coming up.
So it's 500.
Well, let's-
So it has to
Well,
settle.
let's leave it at that, because I'm not sure, because honestly,
Well,
if
500's
you
come out,
pull,
500's
if you
gone back
get,
in, so.
yeah, that's right. If you get this little bolt,
Yep.
and we give that a tweak.
Oh, so you manoeuvre that into
As
the.
well.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it's not you. It's just I remembered on mine. It's got a piece of rubber that actually is it's like a shock rubber that's internally inside the spring here.
Yep.
Like a bump stop.
Yeah, and it stops the oil from. It's like a splash thing, you know,
Okay,
like in a
yeah.
racing tank where they stop the fuel from.
So when you said plunging, I thought you meant the outside.
Well, I
which is
did.
not
I
the
do
inside.
both.
Okay.
I do both, but let's
Because
see.
by doing that too, you'd be taking the air out then, wouldn't you?
Yeah, correct. But also that I just only because I've only done mine yesterday, and this is the first time I've done one that's modern. You can only prime it. Yeah, just to the top of that. Oh, look at that. Spot on. That's it. Perfect. We're right. Let's go. Put her in.
It was
Spot
just
on.
a...
Just the prime. It's got the rubber plunger that seals around the top of the fork tube, and it wasn't letting it go through until we just.
And I was
led that
plunging the
through.
outside.
And that. Oh, well, I.
Yep, that's all right.
But you know, when you prime it, normally you've got everything together and you're putting it on the ground like I was doing, and you're priming it through, and then it'll go soft, and then oh, nice. But this is in here, so that's obviously the rubber's let it through. So that's perfect.
Well,
So
500 out, 500
there's only
in,
one
so-
thing you have to do now. We need to tie something around that bolt and bring it up, because when the spring goes in, that's got to be pulled up manually. No, you need a little bit.
How long?
That's it.
How long do you want?
How long is a piece of string?
Oh,
How long is it?
400. Okay. And
I don't understand.
that's it. Just like that. Okay, and that stays where it is. Okay. So, that's it. Beautiful. Now put it back in the vise. See, now you've got your fork oil measuring jig, which you can put a texture on. Say Breton's tool number 104.
Well, where do we mark? What are we marking that tool? This one here.
I just call
That
that
103.5?
Yeah, why don't we call that one stringless? You crack me up.
I think you're just stringing me along.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't actually. Where's the plastic thing?
Over there.
It tells me. So. His is different. Your bite's different to mine. My spring is identical, the same, top and bottom. The MT09, whereas look at this one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So that's the seat for that to sit in there.
Yeah,
So it's
well,
gotta
his
sit-
is opposite.
So it's got to sit down
His
that
is
way.
opposite.
Why is?
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you reckon that?
I don't know.
I'm just looking at that because it's plastic.
That's
Yeah, I know,
plastic.
that's only a spacer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
not.
get that, but it just seems to be a lot of load on that from that.
Correct, that's what I said. That's why what we use poly pipe out of the paddock for our
That camera get that? Just looking at that plastic piece there on that flat surface.
that takes all the load.
That takes a lot because you're increasing that when you increase
So you're
the
doing
preload.
240, 50 k's now and you're braking
On a piece of
On a
plastic.
piece
on
of
a
plastic.
That's it. Isn't that unreal? There you go. That doesn't make
Doesn't
sense.
compute.
But that's it.
How far does that shoulder go down inside there?
It doesn't. It goes into here.
Yeah, how far down though?
Not far. Just to there.
Just to there,
And
alright.
then the rest is spring.
But the
space.
spring is definitely sitting on that
Yeah,
as a base, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, it's not really, look.
But it's well oiled. It's not that it's going to get in the sun and get brittle.
That's crazy.
That is.
So I've just learnt something that Brendan's bite is opposite to mine, and that's how it came out. My spring came out with this, exactly with that one to the top. So now there you go, learnt something
Have
again.
we got the right spring?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a progressive one, isn't it? Yeah.
that's hard work. Just learning. I just would have done it. No, I wouldn't have done it because I already noticed something's not right. So the thing is in my mind already. I'm going, oh, hang on, this doesn't feel right. It felt rubbery. You don't want rubbery.
It's always good to do one fork first, isn't it?
Yeah.
That way you can always check with the other one.
Yeah, true.
If you do make a mistake on this or you get a bit lost.
Isn't that nut?
I don't think.
That nut moves then? Is that
Yeah,
critical?
yeah, it's 3 threads. 3 threads. It's all good. That doesn't. That well, I was going to say it would only affect it if you're not putting enough thread inside.
Well, that's gone
that.
down deeper now.
Yeah, and look, perfect.
Yep.
That's what I want.
That
So,
looks better
Well, yeah,
What's changed then?
because
because we've now got the spring up the other
It
way.
was hitting that rubber I told you about. That seal.
Oh, so we turn the spring upside down.
Yes.
Yeah. well, no, it's the right way for this bike.
Yeah,
Whereas mine's-
but
It's upside down from the first way we
In
fitted
the
it.
first way, yeah.
So the only reason why I did it that way to start with is because that's how mine went. Well, what can I do? Nothing. Okay, that's it. Now, all we've got to do is that string stays there, and then got to put the strap
Tension
back around it, and then
But it's
click
got a
it
little
back
bit
down
wet.
again and do it
I'll
up.
let you do it.
Do it up. You'll be able to make it. When you see the holes in there, all you need to do is make a tube that comes over the top of this, drops down with 2 bolts, does up, with an angle that goes into these two holes, and you make them that long so you can push them down by with your
As I say,
hand.
if you do a prototype,
Yeah.
I'll make something up.
Yeah, that'd be good. No, it's not. There you go. Beautiful. Right.
Keep going.
Yep. Nice job. Bit more. Bit more. Whoop.
So what you do?
Oh, I'll cut that after. Gotta cut that string off. We can do that. Fucking string. Just pull him up and out the way. That's it. Right.
So I can cut that string off now.
At yeah, just don't cut it all the way through. Just cut it at one spot where I over, where it's loop. Cut it on just loop on one part of that loop.
I can't even see it.
There's 2 bits of string there. Just cut one of those bits, not 2. That's it. Don't need that, do you? Now,
So
if I just leave this.
But if you undo that, won't that come off? As in you go back half a turn.
Just got the scissors. It's just a little bit stuck. Only a little bit. Probably wouldn't make any difference to the.
Oh, I see it. Yeah. But if you undo that slightly, wouldn't that?
Oh, I reckon the bolt's taking it. Just take that off. It's okay. We'll just take that off, and I'll just get rid of the Oh no, I don't want to take it all the way off.
No, because it'll drop the centre. Yeah.
Oh, it's only a tiny little bit of. Can you just do the clamp up a bit more? Be a little jiggy. Keep going. There it is. A bit more. Well,
Yeah, how's that?
there.
Got it?
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Now, normally it wouldn't be this awkward because you'd have that jig.
So
Yeah.
that looks like that's winding that nut down though.
Yeah.
So how far? Yeah. So how do you know? As Brendan's just said, you've got that nut there.
Yep. 3 turns from the bottom. Just leave it so it's just a couple of little bits of thread left. And when that
So you wind the top all the way down
yeah
as far as you can go.
no
Oh.
see how you've got the whether this one's preload or not preload.
Compression or rebound.
Compression or rebound, that's the little shaft in there, right? That little shaft, as soon as
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm
like
with you.
there it is there. Look, it's
Yep.
hitting right there.
Yep.
So it's about 3 turns. So
Okay.
the only difference that makes is your clicking will start either earlier or later.
Right.
So if you were to undo that, but to me, that's wrong because I know that when we undid it, it was 3 turns. So what it means is there was pressure on. It's not. It's got to go down more. It's about there. Because then that just puts tension down inside the tube, because that's what it does when you wind it down or up.
So
Less oil.
that centre that's come through,
Yeah,
that feeds oil to the top, doesn't it?
correct.
And then it just runs down the outside of it.
Yeah, no. Sorry. Now, just like 14 mil. That's right. And
Do you want the
and-
adjustable? It's down on it.
Yeah. I'm just winding this down a bit more.
So in turn, that's pushing that rod further down.
Into the actual thing,
Into-
what do you
yeah.
call it? What's that thing we talked about replacing? The
Circlip?
No, down the bottom where the oil goes through
valve.
the valve.
Valve.
So that's pushing it into the valve so that it lets less or more oil through or out.
All right. So if you've got a volume of oil on the bottom and you're pushing that rod down, which is the pickup,
Yep.
how far down can you push that before you bottom it out and stop oil from coming up it?
Probably depending on how far that goes up or down. I think it's a fair way. It's a fair way. Well, it's not pegged out because it's still turning. So if you can't turn it, you know you're too far. But you can get a little screwdriver. But I never touch it. But you can get a little screwdriver. It's probably not a bad thing to do because just that you got a small plain screwdriver. Just,
How many do you want?
just one. Just a little one. That'll do.
See how many clicks you got in and out.
Yeah, it's a bit tight up here. But
Is it clicks or turns?
clicks. Doesn't really matter. They're usually 20. There you go, 20.
So that's all the way out.
Yeah, that's all the way out. So that's all the way out. But remembering that's only adjusting it minutely. Look, it's loose now. See? So I was spot on. And I'll just adjust that.
All right. So again, you have to undo all your preload and
Set it.
Correct.
your rebound.
Well, I'm only going where it was when we pulled it
When we
apart.
pulled it apart.
So I looked and I
but the
know,
spring is slightly longer, wasn't it?
correct, but that shouldn't affect this shaft at all. That's only the tension on the spring.
True. Yeah.
To me, that's nice and loose.
Can I have a feel for that? So that was that sensor rod
Yes.
that's come up through that
Yes.
bolt that we'll grab in,
And I've undone that all
and
the
that
way.
goes into this head.
Correct, to the top of this, and then
Yep.
it's you
So
can
you-
feel it.
Oh, you feel it bite.
Correct.
Yeah, it just stops. So that's your maximum.
So
Oh,
if
hang
I
on.
undo this screw, if I undo this a bit more,
Yep.
Would you bottom that nut out and then come back 3
oh,
turns?
that's it. Look, that's not letting me go any further. No, I just go and that's it.
But that's
and
on
I'd go back.
that's stuck on the nut though, isn't it?
no,
It
no,
No, it's above the
and then I'd
nut.
go a quarter of a turn back, and then that's where I'd do it up.
Okay.
And
So you bottom that to the top, so that hits there, you wind it in.
just
and
a
then-
quarter of a turn
and then-
back, and that's because then there's an air gap between that and that, just a little gap. So that's fine. And I knew it was 3. Look, there it is. It's just at the bottom.
So this is where we're going to lock it up.
Correct.
Was it there?
Up there was fine.
Oh, sorry, up there,
Yeah,
was it?
no, it's fine. Yep, and tight. That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Nothing more.
No more. Beautiful. Now we just undo the. Oh, you're not good with them.
They don't like me.
Threaten. Do a trick.
Shall I just release it or what? Yes.
Yep. Undo it. Cool, man. That's it. That's it. Just. Yep. Got him. Nice. Here, I'll pull it down. There you go. Can you get it there? Right.
I'm sorry.
No, don't use them. Not married, but close. And see there it all is. There's your spring. She's all set up.
Yep.
Nice. So now undo them, put it back together, and get the next one. And that next one will be a lot faster than that. But then this is the jig up here is when you see it. Oh, the screwdriver's around the other side.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to do some flat laser.
That's all right. So that worked out all right. But so it just goes to show that. I guess if you look at it this way, that's why they charge what they charge. So we're this is being a bit of a hack, but
For the valving side of things, because you've got to pull the whole thing out and then rebuild it, I can understand the dollar value in it. But to do what we're
for
doing,
the valves.
to do the spring and to change the oil, I think the 3 of us are more than capable of doing this exactly. And if Rob can make up that tool to make it makes it a little bit simpler.
That's what I'm talking about here.
That's the
Yeah, that's where the jigs go in. So
Yeah.
you need a tube that goes over that with a bolt welded, or if you were to go thick enough with the alloy, say 4 or 5 mil, you could cut a thread in it.
Yep.
Put a 45
Yep.
and a half inch threaded rod. That hits that one. The other side hits that one, and then you pull it down by hand. Just make them 100 mil longer. So one pulls it down, the other one undoes it. Let
or
it go. Job
or
done.
you could put 2 straps on either side
can,
of it.
it does
and
say
then,
that.
and then just bring it down.
It says if there's only
Yeah.
one person, use a strap. But if there's
Yeah.
2 people, get one strong man.
There's enough to drop
Pull
it
it
down.
down.
Oh, okay.
I reckon
That,
I
that
could
video
have.
that we watched, he did something very similar.
Yeah, we saw with the 2 straps. Yeah.
But he did the same thing with a little jig with 2 bolts.
Well, I just use the hose clamp, as rough as I am, but I'm sorry, but that's the best I could do.
Was that the high beast one that I sent you?
Yeah, one of them.
I think it was that one.
I
Yeah.
was under pressure with a hose clamp, all right. But I think you could put a hook on the hose clamp, and somehow I don't know. But I like the idea of the hose clamp grabbing neatly around that,
Yeah.
rather than having something that
In one spot.
yeah.
You're putting a lot of pressure on that one
On that
spot.
hole.
Yeah. But that's what
But
it's
that's
designed
what
for.
it's designed for.
Yeah, that's what
And
the
mate,
tool does.
Exactly.
if you've got all the weight of that spring on that plastic, that's probably, I was talking to you about our little wrist cramp busters.
Yeah.
How I said if they used fibre reinforced plastic,
It'd be a lot stronger.
that's probably what that stuff is.
I think you could, if you were really good, I think you could machine this out of alloy.
Absolutely.
You could make a beautiful one out of alloy.
Oh,
Right?
absolutely.
And then that way you'd have no dramas whatsoever.
So we'll take this out now,
Yep. And then
or you slide that up. Right.
hey, how's this? Close shop, please. Now we can close shop. And what I normally do is I'll just do that up hand tight now, just like that. put it in the bike, do everything up, and then nip it once it's all done.
So put the bike back on the ground again.
Yeah, put
so
everything
the,
together.
So the weight's all
Yeah,
on the
put
on
everything
it,
together.
and then
Yep, and now just put on some carpet and
Pump it up.
hang a pound weight 1 foot away.
I'm gonna get the oil out of this first, don't I?
Yes. Oh no, we can take that out and then pour it. Makes it easier.
Does it?
Yeah, that's not going to. The oil won't come out. No, the oil will be down there somewhere, 120 mils. So what we'll do is we'll do exactly that again. Yeah.
With your hose clamps.
Yeah.
If you don't mind,
Give that a wipe.
Can I do this
You
one?
do it.
I just want to.
Oh, I'm happy to.
Sorry, man. I just want to.
No, good on you.
The more
This
I-
is Tony
I
rough.
get
This is
involved.
rough bushman stuff.
Right.
So I reckon go a bit lower. I reckon do it about there, and the other one about there, just above. So then that way the 14 mil nuts exposed a bit easier.
Yeah.
I don't want to expose Bretton's nuts to anything, personally. But
Well, in this weather, you probably wouldn't find them anyway.
Yeah. So are you happy with just below the pickup point?
yeah, go a little bit further up, I reckon.
higher?
So the other clamps.
Yeah,
the
it'll
other,
be on top of it.
yeah, a little bit higher up. I don't know how low it goes. I reckon it's 70 mil. I'll go a fraction up. That's
About there. And the other one goes above it.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is rough. I reckon if I held it with my hand, I could pull that down by hand, and
How
you
tight?
could just tight,
Mike Young
so it
tight
don't
or-
slip.
No, not Mike Young tight.
No,
I'll-
not
I'll
my young
snap them
tight,
over
just
there.
tight. That'll do.
Now, do you want me just straight on top? Or you want me to
Yeah.
overlay the?
Yeah, no, on top and opposite. Only
yeah,
for the strap.
Yeah, I've got one bolt this one.
yeah,
That's it.
and one the
Yeah.
other
Yeah,
way,
that's
so you
it.
can
That's
so you
what
can
I was
loop
doing,
the.
You'll probably now, no one will make a jig and they'll just use Tony's freaking clamps.
Hey,
No. Rob will make one. I
Yeah.
guarantee you.
Well,
He
I'll
will
make
one.
the jig up. He
the
told
book
me.
said 545.
No, I wouldn't go any more. No.
That's
No.
it. All good.
Anyway, like I said, as long as all the componentries are in oil, the amount of oil is only to do under braking. Is the air gap is what makes the bike move. As in, if you don't have any air gap, it's solid.
You can compress
Yeah.
the air, you can't compress the oil.
Yeah, because upside down forks are very critical with the air gap because on how much it lets it move. And sold it to some guy. I don't know.
So you got to try and keep it underneath that flange.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So you- 'cause you're-
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then this one,
So this
just
side's-
put this in here
Is that
like
too
that.
high?
No, that's fine.
That's okay, is it?
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right.
Getting hungry now, smelling that.
And just keep that straight, so because it will tend to bend sideways. So you got to keep this plastic bit straight.
Oh,
Yeah.
this part.
Yeah, and then to
Well,
expose.
yeah.
that- How's that look?
Hang on.
Yeah, that's it. That's why you got to force it.
Yep.
Because this is bushman shit.
Oh, okay.
Can't see the nut yet. Can you go a bit more? I can almost start to see it. Yep. One more.
That's it.
Right, so if I hold
150%.
on the 14.
Yep.
Towards me. 14.
Yeah.
And 25
That's it.
foot, yeah.
I can just unscrew the top.
Yep. And that was not
Yep.
tight. Yep.
Yep. I'm not going to worry.
And that's interesting because if you look down there, you'll see exactly the same thing. That thread is right at the end of the, which it should be.
Hang on a second.
Yeah, it is. It's right at the end. That's it.
What are we talking about?
There's no, yeah, exactly where I did the other one. Right at the end of the thread.
The lock nut, you mean?
Yeah.
The lock nut, there's no thread left.
No, just off. So that's exactly where we set the other one, basically. It's fine.
So the critical part is lining that inner into that hole when you put it back in.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it just drops in anyway.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. You'd be pretty unlucky to jam it. Let's not go there. Is that Dad? Let's not go. Let's go there, Dad.
Oh, hang on a second. No, that's different to what I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought this tube here, I thought that was hitting
Oh,
there.
oh.
That's what I'm going. How do
It
you know
goes
how
ri-
far that
no,
goes?
No, well it goes right up inside, and normally you
It just connects into
normally
that.
you just peg the thread out at the bottom of the bolt where this thread is, because otherwise you really want that thread to go in there as far as it can go. And it only goes up to there, and then it stops.
So there's the stop.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So there you go.
That's what I'm going. How do you? I could think, how do you know how far that's going to go?
Well, I just did it up till it told me it wouldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you now.
Yeah, beautiful. So we do the same to this one. Just set it at naught.
Yeah,
and then
zero,
Brenton, there you go. And then Brenton, this will be up to him because he's going to have to
We'll
start
set the
afresh.
sag, we'll set the sag and everything else.
Just set it at standard settings. There you go. Yeah, popping out perfect. And that will take. Now look how easy this one is. Probably going to left that, and then I'll just
Oh,
get it back
okay.
around.
Just take it off that
That's
way.
it.
All right, there you
And
go.
just take a notice of when you pull that spring out, because that really pissed me off. No, it is small to the top. It just fucked.
So that's as far as it goes.
No, hang on. How's that doing that? Hey, that's fucking weird. That is weird. Fuck, what the fuck did you just... Because normally you can't do that.
Because that goes... That should...
No, I just watched what you just did. That is
I didn't want to go any further.
Fuck. No, don't.
On
Because
this
mine,
one.
I couldn't go any higher than that. Look, that's popping out. Where the fuck?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but that's not... Let's not go there.
Yep.
I'm not going there. So what it is... Well, that's not right. Because that circlip's not supposed to go
Beyond that point.
There's a brass sleeve that's in there that's stuck between a groove in the inner tube, and it hits that. I don't know.
Let's
I'm
just not
going
go there.
No. I just want to do this. This is really fucking me off.
Yep.
Well, because that shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't go that high.
No, it shouldn't, but it is. Look. No, but it's...
Oh, it's gone past the...
Yes.
What's this point? Is that where that brass thing's supposed to be onto?
Can you look? What are you talking
Was it
about?
No,
What's
that's
that?
not... No, but
What's
that's
that?
that's just a shaft that goes down for your...
But why is there a hole in
Yeah,
it?
but the hole's in there from standard. But what I'm saying is...
It's going to come all the way
It's
off.
going to come off.
No, well, it shouldn't. It shouldn't.
That's what I thought. Isn't there the brass sit around that?
Well, that's what I thought.
Shouldn't there be something bolted through there?
No,
No.
no, not through there. So that means this fork... Fuck, I couldn't get mine apart. They're solid. So that telling me is that this shaft is holding the front. Maybe one's... fucking right.
Is it because they two different design? The
One
bolts are
is
different?
rebound, one is compression.
Yeah, but you still shouldn't be able to separate the two forks like that, because then all the circlip is doing is holding in. There's a circlip that underneath that holds in the bush, but the bush can't come apart without doing. No, I'm not even going there. It's okay. It must be. Well, obviously. But the other one, that was it. It would only go to there.
We only go so far with it, and that was
That's
it.
it.
But
So
this one, when I was pumping it, I went
Yeah.
like this. I went,
Oh shit. That's.
But
something I'd have to look up. I don't know.
I wonder
Yeah.
whether that's because one
probably
is
is
compression
that,
and
yeah.
one does rebound.
Yes, I understand all that, but then it should
But-
still only go to whatever the maximum height is there. That's the height of the thing, and then you remove that and remove that. Then you pull it up, and then it goes past a little like a hollow with a brass thing in it that stops it from going further. But this one goes all the way out. But that, admittedly, that is normal stanchions. Whether or not upside down ones are different, probably are.
Yeah.
Probably are.
We don't know
No,
anything
I
about
don't know
it.
either. So well, yes, I do, but I don't. So what I'm suggesting is, what does in a normal fork situation, this is what supports and holds everything together. Is the main shaft that goes all the way through to the bottom, the one
Right.
that bolts up to the top.
Just look underneath and
Yeah.
see if is there a hollow. Yeah, there is a hollow.
And there'll be a bolt.
And there is a bolt.
You can
underneath.
take that off, and all the guts comes out.
Okay.
oh, that's all your valving, then, isn't it?
Yes, correct. Exposes the valving.
I just wanted to just double check that in my own head.
I'm actually would have undone mine and given it a whack to see if it came apart, but I never did it. I could only pull the forks up to there, and that was it. Both sides were identical.
But the other one only went up to that point, didn't
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. No,
Okay.
we're not wearing. I'm not going there.
Interesting enough.
I don't know what the difference would be. To be honest, I just fucking don't know. Now I'm going to go home and have a look at my springs.
Now, I'm assuming that the amount of oil in each fork would be identical.
Just about. Can't work that out. You know,
So,
you said one's rebound, one's dampening on these forks.
your heaters are
Is that
undercover.
correct? I don't understand that because I thought they were both
They should
rebound
be
and
bo-
dampening.
Both forks should be the same.
Correct.
Newer motorcycles, one does rebound, and then one does
They're
compression.
definitely different.
They are different. I'm not saying that this bike is that way.
Yeah,
I-
they are
it
definitely
is.
different.
They are definitely different, yeah. I
Does
don't
it
know.
say in the book that one does rebound, one does dampening? Left rebound, right dampening?
Yeah. Whatever one. Yeah.
Fucking weird.
It is, yeah.
It's just that everything here looks the same, doesn't it? Back rod's the same, everything.
Well, everything looks the same. Yeah.
Depends on where it goes. Oh, you know what? That's probably why that fork tube's got the holes in it. That would be to let the oil through.
That's why that fork tube has holes in it. Because this
So
one,
the oil goes in between the two.
correct, and the other one doesn't. That's right. That's it, and this is what stops it from all coming apart. That's it. Yes. Now I'm understanding it. I knew it would come to me.
Hey, where's the video guy?
He's on the
Can you turn this up?
turn it up?
Turn her up.
Right. Now we gotta. You'd be jealous, Chris, wouldn't you?
No, because I just come and get it from him.
It's a bit of a joke. We go, have you got this in stock? And he goes, yep, reckon I got one of them in stock.
Okay,
And then
so
you got one of them in
what
stock?
we'll do,
Yep.
I'll just undo that folder
Check
bit,
it out.
and I'll
Where's the 14?
here in my.
Oh, you got it. All right.
Well, you can.
So that shaft then has to line up obviously in that.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just turn that around.
You can turn the head around.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I gotta drop it down. I need more thread. So I need to put this a bit more.
With your fingers, Michael.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. Well, now let's go down here. Yeah. Watch your fingers.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it straight so you can get
well
a bit more.
done.
Yep.
Come on, you bastard.
We got the GoPro going for
Nice.
for funniest home videos.
Right,
What goes wrong?
we'll
Yep.
win. For sure, we'll win.
He was smashed. He was
She
smashed.
can line him up.
Because I was reasonably
She get
sober.
Paul in there now.
Like she comes down,
Yes.
she
And
comes
then
down
there's
this
Jen
back
up
door,
again.
falls down the stairs,
Yeah.
stumbles,
Oh,
and
yeah.
had the bin next to
Yeah.
the chimney. She
Yeah.
fell back and sat down.
I just support
I
that.
said, I said, Penny, that was really graceful, the way you did that. Now, if that was a chair, I would have
if
thought you
someone
meant to
would
do
do
it.
it,
But because it was a
they'd
bin, I
just
know you
say,
fell in it. And she's laughed. And then she stepped down the other step, she fell down that, and she stumbled into the cold. He's pissed.
Right,
So
so
funny.
she
She
goes,
goes,
come and take some photos of the photo with you.
Yeah, okay,
That
no.
one was.
She goes, come and take some photos of the photo with me. Okay. Come take some photos of the photo with me. I go,
Yeah.
I said, it's like Groundhog Day.
Undo the job done.
And she goes, come take some photos of the photo. I go, we just did one.
Well done. Oh,
I thought you were Thursday, this day, and it was like so funny.
Did he get much sleep in the van? Was it
that's impressive. So now it's only a matter of doing that up and putting them all back.